Hi, let us understand about real numbers. These real numbers are really helping us. Let us see. What are real numbers? Let us consider this as a number line 0, 1, 2, and so on positive side. Similarly, -1, -2, and so on negative side. So what are all numbers can be represented on this number line? On this number line, all the numbers can be represented. For example, 0.5 or 1 by 2. So here this is 0, this is 1, here is 1 by 2. For example, root 2. Root 2 value is 1.4 somewhere. So here between 1 and 2, in between 1 and 2, here is 1.5. So this is 1.5. So root 2 value is somewhere here. This is root 2. Similarly, minus 1 by 2, we can do here. Minus 1 by 2, minus 1, minus 2, and so on. All the numbers can be represented on this number line. So what are all numbers can be represented on number line? What are all numbers can be represented on number line? They are called real numbers. So 0, 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2, root 2, and so on. So these real numbers are really helping us in our real life. How they are helping us? For example, you can say we have a pencil packet. It consists 11 pencils. So assume two children are there. Give that pencil packet to them. Ask them to distribute equally. They divide among them equally. Each one got 5 and 5. 5, 5, 10. Then extra one pencil is the remaining one. So how we know that one pencil is extra? Because we know the counting. So real numbers are helping us to count. Even at the time of when you were born, your parents must have noted the time of your birth. Similarly, date of birth. And even at the month of ending, everybody used to calculate the salary, how much salary we are getting. So say for example 23,000 is the salary, 3,000 is the school fee, 5,000 is the house rent, then remaining 15,000. 15,000 after that monthly groceries, expenditure, food expenditure and all, say let us assume 10,000, then only 5,000 is remaining. This 5,000 can be saved for emergency purpose. These are all a kind of playing with numbers. Numbers like 1, 2, 3 and so on. These are all real numbers which are helping us. So now we know the numbers we are counting. Suppose if we don't know the numbers, that means consider when the people were there at that time, this number system was not discovered. How they used to count? How they used to count? They used to count in the form of sets and groups. For example, say three people started together. Again, here I am saying 3 because I know the number. If I don't know, then I have to say some people started together. They want to go for hunting. Then those number of people collected some group of small stones which are equal amount in the head count. So each one stone mapped to each one person. All those stones packed together, placed at one place, and they went for hunting. Then after came back, they used to see how many stones are there and how many people are there. Each one stone mapped to one person. So if they are matching exactly, that means all the people who moved for hunting, they came back. That is their way of counting. So what we can say from this analogy, we can say that basic building blocks of the maths are sets and groups, not the numbers. Of course, numbers are the basic building blocks of the maths, but very early of the maths, if you see, even if we don't know the numbers, we don't know the numbers. At that time also, they used to count in the form of groups and sets. So these sets are the basic building blocks of maths. How these sets, even these numbers also map to one set. For example, 1. Say you can consider one small flower here. So here this is one flower. Similarly, let us consider two flowers. These are two flowers. So here this is 1, these are 2. So this particular set which consists these many are mapped to this particular number 2. So that is why we are calling this set as number 2. And for example, you can consider 5 flowers are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this is mapped to 5. So for example, if we don't know the number system, let us assume now we are trying to invent the number system. If this is mapped to 5 instead of 2, then we might call this as, we might call these set as 5. But the number system is already in place and some groups are mapped to some symbols. These numbers are like this 1 and 2, 5. These are the symbols which are mapped to a group of set, which are mapped to a group of objects or a particular set, you can say. So that set is mapped to that particular symbol. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0 are the symbols which are mapped to some group of objects. So these are the basic building blocks of mathematics. Now let us consider one more example. Say some number of pencils are there. If those pencils divide among two children equally, one is left. If those pencils divide among three children equally, two are left. Again, if those pencils divide among 4 children equally, then 3 are left. What does it mean? These are all a kind of related to each other in the form of numbers. For example, here you can assume pencils is equal to x. If the x number of pencils divide among two children equally, then some coefficient q plus 1. Why this one here? This one is left. So if they divide among two children equally, 1 is left. And the same number of pencils divide among 3 children equally, some other quotient q1 plus 2 are left. The same number of pencils divide among 4 children equally, then some q plus 3 are left. So here what you can understand, this 1 is left, 2 are left, 3 are left. So after these pencils divide among 2 children equally, 1 is left. Then these 2 children got q1. So each one got q1 number of pencils. And if they divide among 3 children, each one got some q2 number of pencils and 2 are left. And if the same set divide among 4 children, each one got some q3 number of pencils equally, then 3 are left. So these are a kind of a swarm of bees and a set of flowers are there. So if the bees say x, some flowers are also there. If they settle equally on some 2 flowers, then 1 is left. On 3 flowers, then 1 swarm is left. On 4 flowers, then 3. Some example, whatever the example you can give, the same number you can write it as here like this 1, 2, 3. So these are the leftover, and these are the equally distributed among the number, whatever the number which is existed. So these are some kind of examples of real numbers. So now at a glance, let us see what are all the real numbers and what type of numbers we have, how we are going to use in our mathematics.